was working on a book project for a client. What you're seeing is supposed to be a cover design for the book. It was actually sent to her from a publisher, okay, and from our response, and then from the tone of conversation that we had via phone call, she sounded very disappointed. Okay, our response was that the cover design was looking very occultic, which is true. Okay, and then she sent me a sample. She sent her publisher as well. I was able to come up with this one, this, and this one. But personally, I would have stick to this particular one because it's very simple. But due to the fact that five fonts are already being used here, which makes it uh, too busy, had it been the designer used either two or one font for the design, it would have looked better. Okay, so I had to come up with something. Alright, so this is me getting started in redesigning the ebook cover according to the brief which the client said. She said that she needed something very attractive, something that is going to attract someone to want to read the book. Okay, so at this point I didn't really have a font in mind, so I needed a font that is very tall and then bold as well, which made me choose Bebas. Bebas is always good in doing the work when you need a tall and bold font to get the work done. So I used Bebas and then tried to adjust the spacing for the text. Oh, don't be distracted with what you're seeing in the background. That's actually a music video that I love playing a lot anytime I'm designing. Okay, so don't get yourself distracted. All right. Okay, so here I need to get the name right. So typing the name, I typed it offhand. So I had to later go back to my notepad to get the exact name. In as much as we hate uh, criticism, as in client giving us feedback, doing corrections, so you need to spend your time to make sure that you get everything right to avoid some certain corrections. Okay, so I'll just put this on a rectangle, a red rectangle background. Alright, so at this point I will try to make the text visible by changing it to white, and then like I said earlier, I would have preferred making the whole cover white and then change the just the color of the text. But as a designer, you understand that most of the times after designing, you feel that there's something missing. So I had to go and get a background, something not too busy, something very simple, and then fix it there to give it that vibe. You get it? So I had to increase it and then get everything rightly done. Alright, and don't forget the goal of this ebook cover was to make it very attractive, something that wants someone to read. So that's what I'm trying to achieve here by I turn the text, the mixture of the blood red, and then the rest of the part of the text black, which went very well. And then this is supposed to be a kind of a tag, so I made them very tiny. Okay, so it might look very tiny right now, but once the book is being printed, it will come out very visible. Okay, and then one more thing, I had to go and get something to give it that theme, okay, which is the blood. So I had to get a blood background, then put it somewhere else, crop out some areas. Alright, to achieve this, I had to increase the size a little bit and then grab my brush to brush out some part which I will not need. And then guess what I did? I had to carve out the part that looks as if the blood is dripping out, and then it came out very well. In my head, I'm beginning to imagine the kind of review that my client is going to give me for this. Alright, so just trying to make everything perfect by bringing out some of the part that looks shadowed. Alright, so I apologize for the noisy background voice that you have been hearing. That's actually from my neighbor. So I said no matter what, how noisy they are, I'll have to do this and finish it up today. Okay. Alright, so we are done with the front cover. So I'll be moving to the back cover. So I have to stick with the same background that I used. And then what I actually did was just to flip the background upside down. Okay. Alright, so then I added the placeholder where I'm going to add my text, and then the rest is just the usual design that we do.